Hey everyone, in this video I will be reviewing the 6-inch Hong Kong Battle Godzilla figure from Playmates Toys, and that entire Hong Kong battle from the movie is my most favorite thing about Godzilla vs. Kong, was that entire battle sequence all the way up to the very end. But anyways, this might be an extremely short review because the Hong Kong Battle Godzilla is the same exact figure as the Godzilla with heat ray. The only difference is you get different colors of paint on the figure, and you also get some translucent plastic on the figure as well. At least more translucent plastic than this guy. Alright. Also, another thing I noticed on the back of the box, the description for Hong Kong Battle Godzilla is different than the description for the Godzilla with heat ray. So I'll try to hold that close to the camera as possible. So the Hong Kong Battle Godzilla, under that it says, "The earth-shaking power of Godzilla is in your hands as the king of the monsters unleashes the devastating heat ray and skyscraper-shattering tail swipe to battle Kong for the monster throne." And for the Godzilla with heat ray, it says, "Harness the awesome power of Godzilla's thunderous roar and devastating tail swipe as the king of the monsters battle Kong to settle an ancient rivalry." So different descriptions for both figures, which I find very interesting. And of course, I think you get the same amount of pictures shown on the bottom of the box, except this one on the back of the Hong Kong Battle Godzilla is showing Godzilla Extreme figure with fighter jet, so that's interesting. Alright guys, so upon opening the Hong Kong Battle Godzilla outside of the box, some assembly is required for the tail battle damage piece right there, and of course the heat ray accessory. So let's try to attach his tail. Now I had to put a little bit of effort for the other figure, for the Godzilla with heat ray. It might be the same amount of effort for this guy, where I have to put in an extra amount of muscle power trying to squeeze that on there. Come on, get, there it goes. So yeah, about the same amount of effort. Just gotta really squeeze that in there. But once you get it on there, as you can see, it is articulated, just like the Godzilla with heat ray figure. Alright, so let's put the front part on him of the translucent scales. Right there. Trying to get my camera to focus on that so you guys can see it a little bit better. There we go. So just make sure you follow the pattern and it goes on there correctly. And I think you should just be able to just squeeze, yeah, just push on it, and it should just all fit into place right there. There we go. And one thing I noticed about the Godzilla with heat ray, it had a small like slot right there for you to insert your fingernail or your thumbnail to easily kind of like peel the front part of that off to show the battle damage section. So it's kind of the same thing with the Hong Kong Battle Godzilla, except the slot is it's not as big as the one on the other Godzilla figure, I noticed. Let's see, I'm trying to squeeze all of that back into place, but it is there. I don't know if you guys can see this tiny slot there. And I'll show you the one on this Godzilla right there. So I think that's intentional for kids to get their, their nails in there so they could peel the front section off for the battle damage action there. Alright, and the final accessory here is this heat ray accessory that would plug right into the peg hole right there in his mouth, and there you go. So there he is, Hong Kong Battle Godzilla, fully assembled, and he looks really nice. Something weird is going on with the feet here. It feels like, okay, all right, there we go. I just had to position the feet at a certain angle because it felt like this one was longer, which, yeah, that leg is a bit longer because as you can see, this one is kind of bent a little bit by his knee, and this one sort of is straightened out, so you gotta There you go, mess around with the positioning. But anyways, I do think this Hong Kong Battle Godzilla looks really cool. I do like them both, so it's hard to decide which one I like the most. But it is the same figure. You're just getting different paint colors on the figure and more translucent plastic on the front part there. Get my camera to focus. There we go. As you can see, translucent plastic goes all over the front part of Godzilla there, down towards underneath the tail section. So I do think that makes for a nice effect. And of course he has purplish paint on his legs, on his neck, and his arms, and the back of his dorsal plates. I don't know, there's something about the blue translucent plastic and the purplish colors that make it look really neat, and it's supposed to, I guess, mimic the neon lights shining on Godzilla during the final battle, or during the Hong Kong battle before the final battle, which I love, by the way. So there he is next to Gigan. Alright, we can stand him up next to Mecha G, which is the 2004 Mecha G version. I could be wrong. I'm going to have to check on the year, which year this version of Mecha G came out. Alright. And, oh, right, well, here's Kong. We could definitely put him up against Kong there with his battle axe. Alright. Very nice figures from Playmates. And here's Destroyer, which always wondered what a modern day Destroyer would look like in the current day MonsterVerse films. It would have to make him look insane. I think every 6-inch Playmates figures are going to be much bigger than Destroyer here. Alright. Oh, that's right, I didn't go over the articulation of this guy. My fault. So, yeah, the arms do move up and down. The legs do go forward about that much and go back about that much on mine. And I already showed that the tail does indeed move at that part where you have to connect it. Oh, I think there's ankle joints because there's a cut at the ankles. As you can see, mine can move just a little bit, but not too much. I don't want to really force it too much, even though I do feel like you can turn it more. But, yeah, I feel like I'm just going to snap something because I always like to be careful with my figures. The neck, as you notice, there's a cut at the neck. So his head, yeah, I'm assuming there's some... You can turn the neck. Mine doesn't turn much because it feels not really stiff, but something just really weird about the joint that I just don't want to pop anything off, if that's even possible. But yeah, head, arms, legs, and ankle movement, as well as the tail. So very much the same as Godzilla with Heat Ray. We can compare him with Space Godzilla, which you can sort of use your imagination and pretend this Hong Kong Battle Godzilla is Space Godzilla if you want to use your imagination. Or you could pretend it's Mecha G in disguise, which I thought that was going to be the case for the movie, but it wasn't. Mecha G was not in disguise at all. And sure, let's compare him with the King Ghidorah figure from the Bandai Movie Monster series. So that concludes my review for the Hong Kong Battle Godzilla with the Heat Ray accessory there. Same exact figure as the previous Heat Ray Godzilla. Do I think he's worth buying? I mean, I do think all of the current Godzilla vs. Kong figures from Playmates are worth buying because they're only like $10 each. At least for the 6-inch figures, they're only $10 each, so they're super cheap. I do think this guy looks very unique enough to stand out on his own as a very unique looking figure on your shelf. So when people come over and look at your Godzilla collection, they might see this guy and be like, whoa, I never seen this Godzilla figure before. Where the hell is he from? You know? But no, if you feel like you only need one 6-inch Godzilla, then probably go with the basic version, the first one that came out. Unless you like variants of the same action figure, then yeah, definitely pick this guy up. And you know, you could probably use your imagination and pretend he's a completely different Godzilla. But I picked him up personally because I really like the way he looks. Just the different paint apps on him with the addition of translucent plastic, or making the plastic translucent on this figure, just makes it really cool. It makes it really appealing as a Godzilla toy. Alright, so $10, worth picking up, sure. Unless you just want one and you don't like all the neon color stuff, then just get this guy. Alright, so thank you for watching my review for the Hong Kong Battle Godzilla figure. I know there is a Hong Kong Battle Kong out there, which I feel like, I don't know, for me it's not worth picking up, because all they did was add purple paint on his arms, and instead of an open mouth, he has a closed mouth, and he comes with the same battle axe, except that part is purple instead of blue. And that's about it for the Hong Kong. I think there might be a little bit purple paint on his legs, but as much as I can remember, I know there was some on his arms, but it's pretty much the same figure. And I don't know, I think I just like the default or the basic version more than the Hong Kong Battle version. And since I'm more of a Godzilla fan than a Kong fan, and I thought this one looked pretty cool, that's why I picked up the Hong Kong Battle variant of the same figure. So that was, I guess, my personal preference. Anyways, thanks for watching this review for the Hong Kong Battle Godzilla figure. And next figure I might review, let's see, I'm looking through here. Okay, so next one I'm going to open, guys, is the Skullcrawler. Alright, so look out for that later on within the week. And you guys are awesome. Happy collecting, guys. Stay awesome.